40 Wings Let's Play number 4. This video here might be a little bit different as I plan to focus a bit less on the semen retention and focus more on what I can do the very best, bash other people and show how angry I am at society. Before I begin, I want to say that I value all my subscribers, even when you troll. As long as I see you stay subscribed, I know that somehow you still see some value in what I say, and I like to reach people even if they don't agree and whatever. Like, I will be kind of mean in general about normies right now, but you don't need to take it personal. I just need to vent. So yeah, normies, NPCs, non-player characters, computer, robots, cattle, sheep, people who are living in a hive mind, and if you tell them to jump off a cliff and they see that enough people jump from the cliff, then they will follow and also jump from the cliff. This is who many of you are. You don't believe in semen retention because you probably never tried, you think it's ridiculous, you are too weak, you are too much into corn, you cannot even experiment and stop for 2 weeks, it's too much for you to handle because you're weak pussies. And don't get me wrong, there are people, I know them personally, I talk to such people, they tried it for a month and they had no effect. But only because they have no effect from semen retention. It doesn't mean that it's the reality for all people. For some it has an effect and for others it has not. I think it has to do with the fact that people like me have some extra psychic abilities. Our psyche is more opened up, especially due to my spiritual awakening. So my reality is different and I get the benefits. And if you do nofap even, and then you get no benefits, then it doesn't mean that you can bash other people who have benefits and call them crazy lunatics who have a delusion. Because I can tell you 100% it works, and I am not so stupid that I will stop doing it only because someone else has a different experience. I do what works for me. That's it. And you know, those people that always watch corn and are complete gooners, this is exactly where the elites, quote unquote, want you to be. They want you to be a battery, like in the Matrix movie. You just are in your little room that is 9 square meters. You are gooning, you are consuming, you have your joyboard in the future and your AR girlfriend and VR headset and whatever sex puppet, and you can just be by yourself. Best you don't even produce children because no one wants to be with you, and they are loosh farming you. Loosh farming, you know, loosh is the concept that in this reality there's a lot of suffering and entities feed off of the suffering. But this video shall not be about spiritual concepts like loosh and that our planet is kind of a prison planet. This video shall be about those people that enable the prison planet. Those people that always just believe what the mainstream media, the state media is telling them, and everything that the media tells them is a conspiracy, they directly agree it's a conspiracy. And then when the media says, oh, actually it's not a conspiracy, we have to release the Epstein files and other information, then they are like, oh yeah, actually it's not conspiracy. And then they don't even question themselves and they don't regret that they were not believing to begin with. They just do whatever currently is stylish and hyped, and they're just okay with being in the status quo. They don't want to fight the system, they just want to be quiet and shut the fuck up so that they get no problems from what's going on. This is the normie ideology, so they also repress other people that want to speak up, because the moment you speak up they make fun of you. I mentioned in my last video the statistical increase in earthquakes, and now I looked again and I might be wrong. It's possible that the earthquakes did not increase, and just maybe more of them are reported nowadays because we have better measurement systems. Why am I saying this? Because it doesn't matter. My strength is not in lying in the fact that I'm always right with everything I say, even though I still believe that earthquakes are used for warfare. No, my strength lies in my ability to question reality and come up with my own assumptions, and that I also operate not only based on official facts that are pushed by mainstream media. Really? I will start again, one moment. Yeah, sorry, I had to start again. This whole technology is fucking me over, but I will still say what I need to say, I don't care. So my strength lies in I don't only believe what the mainstream media is telling, but I also question reality, and this is why I am not susceptible to mind control and to fishy agendas like the quickly pushed out of nowhere vaccine that is experimental and not proven long term and creates blood clots and weakens the immune system and gave people corona even after they took the vaccine. Me, on the other hand, I didn't have even corona at all, and I'm not vaccinated, and you cannot argue with me because this is my reality, and I am proof of concept for what I did. Staying away from the stupid vaccine. That was pushed by people like Bill Gates, who is obviously friends with Jeffrey Epstein and was many times hanging around on the island of Jeffrey Epstein and is a psychopath. Just like Jeffrey Epstein, who mass murdered children and was eating them and did other stuff with them. I mean, come on, people. Just yesterday, I went to the bar. I'm already in good retention energy. I feel like I'm high, even though I'm not high, because I'm on semen retention. And I was very outspoken to a friend, and I was mentioning the Epstein thing, and I realized even though he's a very informed guy, always knowing everything about politics, he wasn't aware of many things about the Epstein files. And then when I mentioned the vaccine and asked him what he thinks about Bill Gates being part of the whole 2020 vaccine story, he directly got suspicious and was asking me, what are you trying to imply? Directly like this, because the moment you mention vaccine, the standard normie idiot human will directly look suspiciously at you because you question his so-called science religion. And you cannot question it because they have strong cognitive dissonance. They cannot believe that the vaccine might be bad and part of a bad agenda. It so crashes their mindset that they get super worried. And the moment you just want to mention the vaccine directly, you get those weird stares from everyone. So yeah, of course I'm careful with what I say and what I don't say. It's not like in this video here. It's not like I walk around in reality and tell everyone about what I know. But it's just very retarded how humans force you to stay quiet about stuff like this, and then you don't know what is even good to mention at all, and you don't even want to talk about the whole Epstein thing. There was a time when Pizzagate was considered a conspiracy, even though it's not. No one was allowed to talk about it. The moment you talk about it, you're called a conspiracist. At the same time, people are doing unspeakable things all over the world, using people as barbecue steak. Grilling people, eating people, and I mean minors. Yeah, sure. And then when you talk about it, you're the bad person. Of course. Just be those ritualistic sheep that lets everything happen. Exactly. And then go into the comments of videos like this and troll around, instead of going and troll where the real assholes are. You know? You should inform people about what is going on in the world, instead of going to those few people that even want to speak up and troll here on their comment section. You know, get a life. Or be one of those lame people that always just watch soccer or some stupid TV series about Hollywood stars who are meeting to cook together, instead of informing yourself about something that really is of any matter and importance. So yeah, conspiracies are coming more and more true, but still, no matter how much conspiracies are coming true, still the people completely are having their eyes closed to every information that is not officially communicated. Yeah? This is why my friend does not know a lot about the Epstein files, because he only cares about the things that are already officially stated. When it's still just a theory, like the beef jerky, that it's a code word for human meat, because it's still a theory, even though it's very plausible, he does not know about it, yeah? Because it's still in this early stage. Me, on the other hand, I inform myself, I have sources other than just the mainstream media, and I already know stuff before everyone else knows about it, you know? And I already saw in school that people are just retards. The whole school system showed me... I hate this moment. The whole system in school showed me what retarded society we live in. Because we have bullies, we have outsiders, I was part of them, and then we have people that go together with the bullies and just are quiet, and this is the majority of people in school. They are just quiet and they don't go against the status quo, and they therefore enable the bullies. And when we see the world stage with the whole elites, how they are bullying humanity and eating humans and they don't give a shit, And those others are just enabling it because they call you a conspiracist when you mention it. This is the same fucking structure, so you're all retarded losers, and honestly, you deserve to live in such a world that is low in frequency and where only shit is going on. But I'm ashamed to live on the same planet as you, and I would like to just live somewhere else, honestly. Fuck all of you. Anything else? Yeah, okay, vaccine is like a religion. Okay, I mentioned this. I remember how Austria was thinking about forcing the vaccine forcefully upon people, even though we live in a quote-unquote democracy. And this is one part of why I am super hateful. That there was even a discussion about this, and they were seriously thinking about force vaccinating me, or otherwise, for example, not allowing me to have any job and not partake in any job life. Hey, this made me so incredibly angry that they were forcing in real life people to not be able, like, to visit their relatives in hospital. I know friends to who this happened. They were not able to visit their father in hospital because it was 2020 and they did not get vaccines. And you know, there are other cases, not for my friends, but in general, where people were not able to go to the hospital, like I said, to see their relatives, and then the relatives died, and they had to die alone because no one was allowed in. You know, this is just disgusting, sick shit, and I am so angry, and whoever wants to oppose me, you know, I spit into your fucking face. If you want to not subscribe anymore because I talk like this, then fuck off. If you want to stay, you're welcome. Don't take it personal, but I just need to say what I need to say, honestly. I am so disgusted right now. The fact alone yesterday that this friend was like, what do you want to imply about the vaccine? This retarded, low-life look on his face, that he just cannot accept such a point of view, that directly he looks like I personally trigger him, even though I just say some opinion. Bah! I'm getting sick of it, honestly. I feel my entire solar plexus area because of it, where the hate is sitting. It's the same thing like in school, I say. This is also part of why I'm so angry. And you need to be angry, because this is just not okay, honestly. Anything else? Yeah, people are just immature as fuck, so no surprise that everyone is piece of shit. Oh... I mean, females, for example, always giving the mixed signals to the guys, don't giving a shit how it is for the guy. This is also immaturity. This is how immature all of you are. But of course it goes for both genders. Just for women it's obvious in other ways, because of the whole dynamic. And of course not for everyone. I don't know why I have to mention it 1000 times, probably because you are all retarded, so I have always to say that what I'm talking about is not about all humans, but just about some humans, because you are retards, so I have to always mention this to protect myself from criticism that is undeserved. Because you idiots, you like to argue about every crap, left and right politicians, you like to argue about gender identity, about LGBT, instead of looking at the real problems in life, that there are powerful elites who have connections to the royalty, to Hollywood stars, to fucking presidents of huge countries like America, and they eat children and they rape children. Yeah. But you better argue about fucking LGBTQ. Anything else? Yeah, because of your stupid sick society, I need to overanalyze my behavior when I'm in public just to not be weird. Because you have nothing better to do than to judge everyone and bully everyone who is just different than you, susceptible to very stupid ideologies like racism because you're complete craptards. Even my own parents, they loved me, I know it. And still, whenever I was just arguing with them and not agreeing, they were getting annoyed and they were just beating me. Because it's the most normal thing, or telling me to shut up only because I'm small. Yeah, normal, just show how much animal all of you are. Exactly, for sure. Anything else? It's also interesting how aggressive humans are. I mean, of course, I'm here right now aggressive, I'm now angry, but it's just words. But you know what people do? You say one wrong thing, they beat you up that you're bloody, in some cases you're dying because you just flirted with someone's girlfriend, or I mean, there are cases where someone says the wrong thing to a woman or maybe even touches her, which is not okay. But then other guys come and they just beat him to death. Yeah, of course, this is a good reason to end someone's life, that he made one mistake where no real physical harm was done, just maybe a little violation. And then you just have to kill the person, of course. Maybe you should also just put him in the marketplace where everyone could see and torture him in front of everyone.